Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
Hello and welcome to this episode of our show. This is your host, Keith Doherty. Today our special guest is top real estate broker Irma Yapor of Real Property International based out of Windermere, Florida. Irma has been in real estate in Florida for over 10 years and is the broker-owner of Real Property International with its main office in Windermere, Florida. With over 35 years in the greater Orlando area and extensive experience in advertising and marketing, sellers and buyers will have a well-rounded and knowledgeable professional on their side. She prides herself in providing creative and innovative methods, always looking forward to unique strategies that provide a competitive advantage to clients and customers, seizing the latest trends and forecasting the market. Irma is a certified international property specialist, one of the NAR Green designee founding members, a certified luxury specialist, and accredited REO agent, just to name a few. She completed her Bachelor of Arts at the University of Central Florida and the Crummer Management Program at Rollins College, Roy E. Crummer Graduate School of Business. She's involved in community and professional organizations and has received numerous awards and recognitions, including the 2014 Emerald Elite Award and the 2015 Real Trends Best Real Estate Agents in America. All right, with all that, Irma, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Irma, if we could start for our listeners, what led you into real estate? Was it something that you always knew you wanted to do, or did you maybe stumble into it?
Actually, I've always been fascinated with real estate, starting with building my own homes and then investments. I obtained my real estate license to give me leverage in my own investments. Once I got my broker's license, a friend of mine asked me to sell their home after trying to sell it for over 1.5 years with other agents. I quickly organized my brokerage and sold our home in 30 days. So I loved it, and the rest is history.
Excellent. And can you talk a little bit about what personal attributes, traits, or qualities do you think have most contributed to the success that you've had?
My background is advertising and marketing for over 30 years, which have served my clients and customers well in real estate. And this may sound cliche, but I take my customers' homes personally. I truly have their best interest in mind and do the best I can to get them what they wish or need. You have to have a passion for what you do and do what you truly believe in.
Absolutely. I think what you said there is key to point out to our listeners is about passion. When you have a passion in your career and your business, it's not work to a lot of people. Like I love what I do. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy meeting new people and talking to people like yourself. So it's not work. It's not anything like that. It's exciting. It's fun. And I think what you said there is key, that no matter what you do in life, find that passion, and doing it every day is definitely not like work. It's just it's enjoyable.
Absolutely. Totally agree.
And can you give us a specific example of when these traits have played a role in your path towards success?
Well, an individual can feel and determine if you are being sincere or not. Integrity should be very transparent. I choose to be myself. I care. I treat others as I'd like to be treated. I don't like to see my customers or clients as dollar signs, because they are not. They're looking to me to take care of them, not the other way around. All these things reflect on the results and my customers' gratefulness. Give and more will come back to you.
Excellent. Very, very true. The old adage, like you just said there, the more you help people, the more that, it's going to come back to you. And not focusing, I like what you said too, not focusing on the dollar signs, focusing on helping somebody truly, and the money will come as long as you do that.
Right.
So obviously in building a business, and obviously with the success that you've had, I'm sure not everything has been, a smooth sailing ride for you. So could you talk a little bit about some of the major adversities and trials that you've had to overcome in order to achieve your goals?
I entered the industry at the beginning of the economic turn in 2006. Opened the brokerage in 2008 when many real estate professionals were leaving the industry and were telling me I was crazy. But I saw opportunity. Historically, real estate comes back. Every 10 years, there's a hiccup, and every 20, a fall. 2008 was a bad one. But you tackle challenges head on and focus on the positive elements. You've got to believe there's a light at the end of the tunnel. It may take a different turn, but you've got to follow and go through the doors that do open. If you fall, you get up, learn the lesson, and move on. You'll be that much smarter. But never give up. You've got to sincerely believe it, though.
Absolutely, and like you said, you probably picked one of the worst times in history to get into real estate. 2006 and then 2008, where the crash kind of started coming about. So obviously, you had a lot of adversity and issues right out in the beginning. What kept you going despite these obstacles? Why didn't you give up?
You can't give up. I mean, when you see the opportunity, you've got to look at all the positive. And then once you focus on that, then just don't look back. Continue to move forward. You're going to fall, like I said, but you just need to get up and focus that there's that light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, we know real estate was going to come back, and it was come back strong, which it did. And then you position yourself well. So when it does come back, you're already on the top.
Absolutely. That reminds me of interviewed a gentleman recently, and his little slogan that he had for himself was fail forward fast, right? Exactly what you said. You're going to fail because there's things that are going to happen. So, okay, I know I got to do it, so as long as I'm moving forward, let me do it, and let me get it done as quickly as possible so I can get to the success that I want to get to.
That's exactly right.
So I guess looking forward a little bit, what is your vision for your business and your career, say, over the next 5 years?
Well, obviously to grow, as anyone else will tell you who's an entrepreneur, right? You want to double your business or whatnot. But in industry, you've got to stay ahead of the curve. The real estate industry right now is still unsettled. As I said, every 10 years there's a hiccup, and I expect to see one in the next couple of years. More like a correction of some sort. Some things are happening in the industry that makes that clear to see, at least in certain segments of my market. So I keep these things in mind when servicing my clients and customers and help them make decisions accordingly.
Excellent. And I guess kind of on top of that, what do you feel is the best way that you market yourself as a real estate professional so that you can have continual growth?
You have to find your customers and clients where they're at. To me, streaming videos and social networking are the most influential tools available today. That is the future.
Excellent. And I think sometimes that there's a lot of misconceptions, I think, when it comes to dealing with real estate agents. What do you think the biggest misconception or myth that people have about working with a real estate agent is?
That they are going to save money. A buyer or seller will more likely save money when using a real estate agent who will guide them, negotiate for them, and protect their best interests.
Yeah, I think what you pointed out there is key. I think a lot of people assume that, especially a homeowner thinks, maybe they've heard, maybe we're in an up market, it's a buyer's market or a seller's market. Mm-hmm. I'll just put a sign up in front of my house and I'll sell my house. But they don't realize everything that an agent brings to the table behind the scenes with all the negotiating and the paperwork and the legalities and disclosures and everything. So I think, like you said, at the end of the day, it could cost them a lot more money if they don't do the things the right way versus, I want to work with a professional that knows all these things in and out, that's going to protect me.
Absolutely. They have to, we also help them to prepare their home. Sometimes the home is not ready to show, and it's going to turn off a lot of buyers. And also a lot of mistakes that are made also is not pricing the home correctly on the market. They want more or not enough, and the real estate professional is going to bring that information to them.
Absolutely. And let's say you get a call from a family member or a friend in another state, and they want to sell their home. And obviously we know, you could easily probably do some research and refer an agent. But in general, what advice would you give somebody to help them select an agent who could best serve their needs? Kind of like you talked about taking care of your clients and their needs. Mm-hmm. What would you tell them to look for to find someone that could take care of their needs and to be able to help them with their house?
Well, if they were out of town, of course, in another state, for example, that I couldn't do the job myself, obviously, I would personally refer an agent I know will take good care of them. Referrals are a great way to find a good agent. For example, a friend, might refer someone that they worked with, and they can personally recommend them. But also the internet allows customers to read reviews and learn more about an agent ahead of time.
Absolutely. And Irma, if somebody's in the obviously the Central Florida, the Orlando area, which is where you're located, what's the best way that somebody could get more information about how you can help them?
Well, they can give me a call, of course. I can be reached at 407-909-8000, or they can go to my website at realpropertyinternational.com.
Excellent. Well, Irma, I want to personally thank you for taking time out of your schedule to come here today and share all of your real estate experience with our listeners. And if you're listening and you want to learn more about Irma and what she can do for you, you can obviously visit her site, like she said. Also, below this interview, we'll have a link to her website. We'll have her number and any other contact information that we have so that you can get in contact with her, especially if you're looking for real estate services in the Central Florida, the Orlando area. So with all that said, everybody, until our next show, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.